All right, coming at you live. It's episode 2 of Two Wheel Deal. I came across my next guest at the Ring Creek Access Road looking for Half Nelson in Squamish. Like Chris Farley, he was living in a van down by the river. It's the French connection, Vincent Powell. Welcome to the show, man. How you doing?
Hey, man, I'm good. What about you?
Not bad, not bad. It's finally good to see you again after so many months.
Yeah, for me too. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, the last time we met was in September. Is that right? September?
Yeah, mid-September, yeah.
Mid-September. It's so strange because in my mind, that is July.
Why is that?
I don't know.
It was a nice day though. It was super hot.
Nice, right?
Yeah.
It was that is those are one of the days that you wish you lived here all the time, because the great thing about Vancouver is, like, no matter what, it can just be a sunny day. Like tomorrow, even though it's winter, it can be a nice day. And that's a great thing about the rainforest.
Yeah, that's true. But we have like all kind of weather during the trip. But I think this day was like the best one. Like nice. The sun was out. It was just perfect weather to bike. And yeah, it was a good one.
So how is the lockdown treating you in Quebec? I guess we have some different rules in BC and in Quebec. So are you on like a full lockdown? What's going on?
Yeah, actually, it's pretty bad around here. I don't know what it's looked like in Vancouver, but we are in full lockdown since Christmas. So pretty much everything's closed except the industrial thing and the I don't know how to say it, but the what is essential.
Right.
So this is still open, but everything else is closed. And even like since 2 weeks, we have a curfew as well.
Oh, a curfew?
Yeah.
What? Tell me about your curfew.
So we can get out of the house between 8 p.m. and 5 a.m.
You cannot. You cannot.
We cannot. No, we need to stay inside.
What?
Except if you have like a good reason to go outside, like to work or anything like that. But if you don't have like a paper sign from your work or something like that, you need to stay inside. Yeah.
So at 7:59, we're okay. The virus will not get us. But at 8 o'clock, the virus will get us.
Exactly. No, but
what is this?
Yeah, I know it's a little bit ridiculous, but like at Christmas, people were seeing each other.
Yeah.
Even if we don't have the right to. So
yeah,
the case went up and up and up. So the government said that if you want to make sure that people don't meet like in house or something like that, they need to put a curfew in. So yeah, it sucks. It sucks for a lot.
I heard there were different laws in Quebec, but I was not, like, the curfew is crazy. That's a bit much. I really hope it does not come to this in British Columbia.
Yeah, but how it's looked like in Vancouver, are you in lockdown too?
We are not. The lockdown was much worse before. Right now, it's basically social distancing, mandatory masks in all indoor public places, and non-essential travel is not allowed.
Yeah, and can you see some friends, like if you're in the same region or?
Yeah. So we live in the same neighborhoods. If we walk around, we can see each other. The cool thing about this area is there's lots of beach and park and field, lots of open spaces, and all the mountain bike hills that don't have chairlifts. They're just, you have to ride up the road and come down.
Yeah.
Those are all open. They're open public spaces. So if you want to go do activity, you can.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about, obviously, where you live in Quebec?
Yeah, sure.
Where are you?
I'm in Montreal, actually, right now. I live in Montreal since 7 years.
Okay.
I'm actually from the South Shore of Montreal, so I was born in a small city named Châteauguay. I don't think you ever hear about it.
No. Say it again.
In French, it's Châteauguay.
Chateau, like house?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I know. People name the city Gay Castle, but anyway, that's another story. No, but I'm from the South Shore. It's like more the country part of the island.
Okay.
And right now I'm living right on the island, and it's in a small neighborhood named Saint-Henri in French.
Oh yeah, Saint-Henri. All right.
Saint Henri, yeah. So
Yeah.
it's in the southwest of the island, and it's a pretty nice spot. We have a lot of good restaurants and bars and stuff like that. It's like really close to downtown, so
Oh, okay.
it's a good place to be.
And then what, when you're not shredding the hills of British Columbia, what do you do for work?
I work as a mechanical engineer for Pratt
Okay.
and Whitney.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't know the company, what we do is we are building airplane engine and helicopters engine.
Mm-hmm.
So I work in the R&D department,
Research and
mostly
development. Yeah.
yeah, so mostly for the assembly and test of the engine.
Right. So the joke in my family is my dad, my mom, my brother, and my sister are all engineers, and I'm
Oh
not.
yeah.
No, I'm not. So they call me Lengineer, you know?
Yeah, you're the
Len.
artist of the family,
Yeah,
engineer.
exactly. The black sheep. So I have a long history with engineers. So it's a noble profession. I mean, the world can't exist without people that make things, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks.
yes. So that's so I found it so interesting that you came to Squamish, you know. I know that it's like a mountain biking mecca in Canada. You could have gone anywhere in Canada. There are there are many spots that rival Squamish, especially in the interior BC. So for me, I'd like to know why you specifically chose Squamish.
It's a good question actually, because I don't want to disappoint you, because I know it's a mountain bike podcast, but
Okay, it's
the,
okay.
the the first plan of my trip was to go on a solo trip in Tofino to surf.
Absolutely.
So when I booked my plane ticket, that was my goal. And finally, one of my friend called me like a couple of weeks before I left, and he said that he will be really willing to join me for the first week of the trip.
Hmm.
And he said I only had one condition. So I said, okay, what's your condition?
Yeah.
And he said, I just bought a mountain bike here in Quebec, and I really like it. And one of my dream will be to go to Whistler bike parks
Right. Right.
for a day. So yeah, if you're willing to go, maybe we can just start the trip in Whistler or around Whistler for a few days, and after we can move to Tofino. So
Right.
for me, it was not a condition. I was willing 100%. So this is what we did, and we found like he was willing for camping too, but we were not like we didn't knew all the spots there, and if it was easy to just sleep like anywhere.
Hmm.
So what we did is the first night we rent an hostel in Squamish. So
Okay.
that's why we ended there.
Oh, okay.
And finally, it was not planned at all actually,
Those
but
are the best.
finally we
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
no, sorry. Yeah, so finally we just spoke to the people in the hostel, and we discovered like all the trails around Squamish, and
Yeah.
it was quite impressive.
Yeah. Right.
So that's how we ended there. Actually, it was yeah.
That's pretty cool. It sounds like you were an accidental tourist and you ended up in the right place. And as someone who's traveled a lot, I know that sometimes the best laid plans never go the way we want them to go. And then we magically end up in places, you know, that we talk about for the rest of our lives, you know, like, you know,
Exactly.
that
And
might have happened to you. Did you own a surfboard before you came to Squamish?
yeah, I own one, but
Hmm.
it's pretty sketchy to bring it in the plane,
Sure.
because it's really fragile. So I just rent one in Tofino while I was there.
What other countries have you gone surfing in?
A lot actually. I
Okay,
went
cool.
to Indonesia
Uh-huh.
first, South America, Central America, like Costa Rica, Nicaragua,
Right.
Ecuador,
Wow.
Brazil. Yeah,
You're
a
a
lot.
well-traveled guy.
Yeah, I love to travel.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's pretty cool. I was born in South Africa, and the surfing there is legendary. So, I mean, now is not the time to go to South Africa. They have like super COVID strains that no one else
Oh yeah.
has, and their lockdown, you know, is beyond what you could ever imagine. Like, my cousins still live there, and they have tanks, you know, army marching up and down
Oh
the
my
street.
god.
It's full lockdown, full lockdown. Like, all the neighborhoods on schedule. This is your time to go to the store. Now go back home, shut the door. It's very strict over there.
Oh
So
my God.
yeah.
It's even worse than Montreal for sure.
And they don't have Montreal smoked meat. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But I hear a good thing about South Africa for surf.
oh yeah.
But I think all around Africa, it's really good.
Yeah, it's really amazing if you go in the Indian Ocean, Vincent, because the Indian Ocean is warm. I don't know if you know this, but it's like lukewarm. Like
Mhm.
when you get in the real ocean, it's freezing, but in the Indian Ocean, it's like having a bath.
Yeah, but in Indonesia, it was like super, super hot water.
Yeah, then right?
Yeah. Oh, it's the best
Yeah.
place to surf in the Indian Ocean. Yeah.
So this was your vacation from your job.
Yeah.
How many weeks did you have?
3 weeks.
3 weeks. You spent them all in the Squamish and
No.
Whistler and the island, that whole area?
Yeah. So Squamish, Tofino. We went back to Squamish for a couple of days and went back to Tofino again. So we moved a lot, but we want to escape the rain a little bit for 2 days.
Yeah. Well, it's a rainforest, so
Yeah.
Well, we do have some photos, Vincent, of your trip. So I'm going to try to bring them up. So bear with me. And for all our viewers and listeners out there, all 12 of you, bear with me for a second, okay? All right. Okay. I don't know why this picture is here, Vincent. It seems to be out of order, but
it
we'll
is,
start
but
here.
Okay, no problem. Maybe it will not be the good order of the trip, but it's fine. All right, so this is in Squamish. It was the day that we met, actually.
Okay.
I think it was in Half Nelson, the first trail that we did.
Okay.
And that was my rental bike that I rent in the Corsa Cycle in Squamish.
Do you remember the brand of the bike? I can't tell.
It was a Da Vinci Django.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was a really amazing bike. Sincerely.
Well, I apologize that these are not in the order I put them in. So.
Oh, no problem.
Okay.
So that was in Tofino.
Okay.
One of my friends just joined me for last day of the trip. So he left Montreal with his Westphalia. And
he drove across Canada?
He drove across Canada, and unfortunately, he seized his engine. So he gets stuck in Regina for like a week. And finally, he went to join me in Tofino, but Westphalia was completely a mess when he parked in this camping. So yeah, we had to call the towing and get it to the garage after that.
I can't think of a worse place to break down than Regina.
That's what he told me. Yeah,
I've been there, so it's the worst place ever. All right.
So this is another of my friend who joined me too with this Westphalia from Montreal again, but his trip was way better. He did it really well, and he spent the month in Tofino. Yeah.
He brought a dog. He brought a dog, so.
Yeah, that's his dog and his girlfriend. So it's Zorro, the dog, Zoe and Frank.
Zoe and Frank, nice.
Yeah.
All right.
That was in the Whistler bike park.
Do you remember what trail this is?
It was on top of the mountain, so
okay.
Just when you get out of the chair.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then this must be some more of Whistler Bike Park.
Yeah, that's the same day. Actually, we were with two other friends. It was their first time on a mountain bike, so they had a lot of fun, but they were pretty scared too, like at the beginning.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, we bring them to the a diamond trail for the first one, so I think they were not really like us at this moment, but finally at the end of the day they were like so happy of the day. And
Black Diamond, you took these guys on a Black Diamond.
Yeah, but it was not we did not expect that, but sometimes you just take a trail and it was not a good one. But
sometimes sometimes we must jump in the deep end of the pool, right?
Exactly. They walked a little bit, but at the end of the day, they were like following us 100%, and they had good speed and everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, props to these guys.
Yeah, when I speak with most people who mountain bike for the first time, it's the braking, like the actual braking that is difficult for them, like
Yeah.
especially when they come into a berm for the first time, most people are gonna brake in the berm, you know?
Hmm.
And obviously if you hit your front brake, you're probably gonna fall. So I don't know.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
the rock slab as well, like it's pretty slippery.
Oh
So
yes. Yeah.
they fall the first time they both fall, like they hit the front brake and it just like slip and they fall, but it was okay.
Okay.
They learned fast.
Oh yeah.
That was in Tofino after the rain, actually, the first sunny day in Tofino. So this is my friend Vincent, my buddy that I travel with, and he was really happy to see the sun again.
Nice. He looks happy. He looks
Yeah,
happy. All right, who's this guy?
that's me. That's me with
Oh,
my
that's you?
yeah, it's me
Oh, it does not look like you with the smirk you
with the
have on.
beard.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's me with my morning burrito and my
Nice.
coffee,
Nice.
enjoying the sun again.
Nice. That's funny. Oh yeah, there you go. That's what you were really
Yeah.
enjoying, hey?
Yeah, that was like the worst day of rain. We just ended up in the bar. Like we were so tired to be outside, and it was really comfortable to just drink a beer inside, and we
So
really enjoyed that one.
yeah, so it's very popular in Western Canada, anyways. Craft beer, microbrewery, you
Hmm.
know, which this Tofino Brewing Company is. I know in Quebec there's lots of great beers. How did you find the beer in Tofino?
It was pretty good. It was
Yeah,
pretty good. Yeah, I had a sour beer and an IPA, and both were really tasty. And yeah,
when we were kids, we'd go to the liquor store and you'd be so excited if you got Maudit or La Fin du Monde. You know these beers?
yeah. It's
Yeah, yeah.
Unibrew.
Because they are like 9% and they will really get you drunk.
Yeah, they were super spicy beer. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
remember drinking that. Yeah,
Yeah, we didn't care how they taste. When you're kids, you just like, ah.
just the alcohol there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right.
So
Great.
that was the a spot in Tofino. It's Cox Bay, so it's one of the greatest spot. When the tide is up and the swell is not too big, it's like waves are really amazing there.
How big are the waves? 4, 5 feet, 6 feet? What would you say?
Yeah, regularly it's like 4 to 5 feet,
Mm.
but while we were there, we had like a massive storm,
Hmm.
and it got up to 14 feet.
Wow.
Yeah, it was big, but it's too big for these spots since it's like beach break and just sand.
Hmm.
It was just completely destroying the sand, and it was super messy. But we went in the water, but it was way too big. We just ate shit all the
Nice. And
all the time.
how were the locals that were out there?
They were really kind in the water. If you know what you're doing a little bit,
Hmm.
they're super kind. Like surf can be rough at some places, but
Yes.
no, in Tofino, everybody's are really friendly, really respecting, and we didn't have any problem with that.
I was amazed about how territorial the South Africans were about their beaches. And obviously, the moment you open your mouth, you're not from South Africa, like me,
Hmm.
anyways. And I heard about it a lot, like just trying out new beaches, get lost, go away, go home. And because they don't know what Canadians are, you're always an American when you travel, right?
Yeah, that's true. They're
Yeah.
really protective on their spot, and
Yeah.
yeah, you need to be kind with them and try to to make some friends. But sometimes you're just not allowed to be there,
Yeah.
and you need to.
Yeah. I really like this photo, man. It reminds me of so many of my favorite memories growing up.
Yeah, that's a really good one, and I was surprised that's in Tofino too, and
Yeah.
on Mackenzie Beach.
Okay.
And at night, you're allowed to do some campfire straight on the beach,
Yeah.
and there's like hundred of campfire everywhere. Like people just go to a fire from another one, and it's like a big party on the beach. It was a really nice vibe. Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
That's a hike that we did actually to find this plane. It's a crash plane from the Second World War.
Do you know what type of plane it is?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm
It
trying to
was like
see.
it's like a sixth place plane, but I can tell you the model.
Right.
The engine were like really old helicoil engine.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's me on the on the
Must have
plane
been.
there.
It must have been interesting for you since you work somewhat in this field.
Yeah, it was. It
Yeah.
wasn't. It was interesting to see like where the plane was located because there was a lot of tree. And we read an article after that, and he said that there were four soldiers in the plane, and everybody survived because the pilot just like tried to land in the plane, the tree, sorry.
Right. So
And yeah,
it's just a mechanical error. The plane came down. It wasn't shot down because the war never came to Canada, I don't think.
no, it was mechanical, exactly.
Yeah, mechanical error. Interesting.
Hmm.
All right. Look at this photo. It's amazing.
Yeah, so that's what was when we hiked the chief in Squamish.
Okay.
That's Tristan, the guy that you met too during our day and of biking.
That's right.
We just met him at the top of the mountain, and he was super funny and super nice. So he just joined us for the day.
He is a pretty good guy. I really enjoyed him. He actually, you're right. He's a funny guy. He made me laugh a few times while we were riding our bikes up.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, super
Yeah.
nice guy.
Oh, look at this. This is a great photo.
Yeah, that was the spot that I was sleeping in Squamish in the forest.
Right.
There was this small river, and there was another river like a little bit further in the mountain, and
Mhm.
that's where I was washing myself too. The water was super cold, but
I can only imagine. My
oh
God.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was cold, and it's Tristan that bring me there, and he
Yeah.
was practicing like when you try to go in cold water like for a long time and just like meditate in it,
Oh,
and he was staying like 20 minutes. I can't believe it. I just like jumped like 1 minute and I was freezing.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Look at this photo. It's amazing.
that's in Squamish too. It's at Shannon Fall.
Oh, yeah. I know this place. Yeah.
So you can see that there's a lot of smoke in the air.
Yeah.
It was because of the forest fire in California.
Unfortunately, this is a yearly occurrence for us here now.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't always come from California, but a lot of times it just comes from BC, like somewhere in
Hmm.
BC. The one from California last year was bad. I remember it.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. That's this at the same spot, and
All
you
right.
can see even better the smoke. And guys, because that was like the worst day of all.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a guy at the hostel that told us that it was the same. If you spend the whole day outside, it was the same thing as smoking a whole pack of cigarette because the quality of the air was so bad this day.
That's
Yeah,
funny, and nobody's wearing masks, really.
yeah, that's true.
Ironically, ironically.
Ironically.
All right, here we go. We didn't see. Why did these photos? Give me a second. I'm gonna see if I can find your tenting photos first. Okay.
Okay, no problem.
Oh, I see what's happened. It did this in. Here we go. I don't know why it chose to start where it did, but how about this photo?
No problem. That's my was my house for 3 weeks. So that's my minivan.
I'm trying to.
Uh,
Woo! It's tight in there.
it is tight, but you see that I have like plenty of space to put my food, my bag,
Yeah,
my skateboard. Everything I need is there. And
that's crazy.
I bought a small mattress in Canadian Tire the day that I arrived in Squamish.
Nice.
So it was just a hair mattress that I have to put air in it. So it was staying pretty stiff all the trip.
Was it
I was
cold?
adding some. Pardon me.
Was it cold in the van at night?
It was a little bit cold. The worst part was in Squamish, actually.
Okay.
I think one night it get to -1, even -1. Yeah.
Wow. Well,
So
it is September, I guess, eh? Here's
yeah,
your campsite.
yeah, that was in Tofino at the first day. My buddy bought his own tent, so he just like did this super nice setup. You can see that it was straight on the ocean. And that I love this picture because you can see the one after. This is before the storm, before the rain.
Yeah. I love that your tarp is flat. That's funny. Here we go. So this
Yeah,
is
But
Probably.
we learned about it
Yeah,
after the first day was not flat anymore.
I know. So this
And
is
that was
obviously, sorry, go ahead and explain this photo. Sorry.
no problem. That was my setup. So the first morning too.
Hmm. There you go.
And yeah, that was after the rain. Uh, yeah, this
This
morning
is my favorite. There you are.
yeah. So you see that the tarp is there's an angle now
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
tarp. But anyway, like the wind was so strong, it was like destroying all the tarp. Like every time that the wind was blowing a little bit too hard, like everything was flying away. So we have to redo the setup like 20 times.
I can only
And
imagine. Yeah. The wind that comes off the ocean can be pretty strong.
yeah, it was strong.
Yeah.
But the good thing was that when we had the like 15 feet swell, we could surf straight in front of the camping, because this is not like a surf spot actually most of the time. But the swell was so high, so big everywhere, that the waves were getting into the bay, and we can just woke up and surf straight in front of the camping. So it
That
was
sounds
funny.
amazing. It's kind of like at Whistler, you can ski right to your lodge.
Yeah, if you're in the village.
Yeah, right to the village. Yeah.
Mhm.
So this looks like a healthy diet here of potatoes and coffee.
That's pretty much it, yeah. But that was our setup for the whole trip, to cook the food. We have a
Yeah.
small burner and a small pan, like the only thing that you need actually.
Yeah.
And yeah, every morning we were drinking our coffee, go to the beach, trying to see the spots like where the waves were better, and it was like a tradition every morning.
Cool. Cool. All right. That's me, obviously.
Yeah.
I put one photo. I've got my hands on my hips, which I know means I'm tired as all like can be. That's my tired posture. Uh,
But that was on top of Half Nelson, I think.
that's the
The
starting of Half Nelson, yeah. I and then
but it was, or that's the spot that we stopped just before, you told us like, wait a minute, like we're gonna turn right, and this is where the fun begins, and the hill was super steep at this point.
yeah, that's correct. It's right after the turnoff for recycle, I believe.
Yeah, that's it. And the other picture after this is, I think, just before the hill that is getting like super steep.
Right. I punched in on
So
this photo because I thought that Tristan, look at his
yeah. Yeah, he
so
was so
excited.
excited.
He's so excited. You know
Yeah, I
what's
love this
crazy?
guy.
What's crazy about this photo to me is I know he had a helmet, but he didn't have any knee pads or socks or elbow pads or anything. So, I'm not sure if you did. I can't remember, but kudos for doing it without any protection, man. And look how happy he is. I love it.
Yeah, but I think he was just like, it was his first time on a mountain bike. I don't know if you remember. So
Yeah.
I think he was just not expecting that much of danger, because yeah,
He
you
did
never
it.
know. Even
Yeah.
for me, like at the bike shop, they don't really tell you that. They just give you an helmet, and you'll be fine with that.
Hmm.
But it can be pretty dangerous, and hopefully we were all safe at the end of the day, and we just have fun. But yeah, protection or a must for sure.
Right. Here's where we started. So I'm going to flip down. So the news about all of this is you loved mountain biking so much that you bought a mountain bike. And here it is.
Yeah, I got hooked for sure. I bought it like right after the trip.
Yeah. And
I just
it's a giant rain. So my nephew has the same bike and I rode it twice this summer. It's a great bike.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a super versatile bike. You can do whatever you want. It's climbing well. It's super nice to go downhill. So
Do you know the size of the climbing sprocket? The big one on
I
the
d-
back?
I don't know, no.
It's okay.
I don't know.
It's okay.
Um,
It has a dropper post, I can tell. Here we go. And you obviously had to put some pedals on it.
yeah.
And it has a coil shock, which I love. I think the coil shock just looks badass. It looks like I'm tough. I have a coil shock.
That's what I thought too, but there's less adjustment that air chuck have. So yeah, I think it looked badass, but maybe I would like better to have the air shock.
I
I
don't
don't know
know.
what you have on your bike.
I have an air shock, like a Fox float shock on my bike. And to be honest with you, I'm constantly putting air in it, constantly,
Oh yeah.
So I don't know that I can say that it's better than a coil shock. Now, I inherited this shock. It's a secondhand bike. So I don't know how much abuse it went through before I owned it. And that might
Hmm.
be just a part of the fact that it's 5 or 7 years old. I don't know. Uh, I like this bike. It's called a Transition, and it comes with a coil. And I'm thinking about buying it, but it's not really the right time to buy a bike, I think. But
Yeah,
uh,
I was looking actually to buy a Transition 2 before this one. A
okay,
Transition Scout.
yes, nice bike. Yeah,
They are really nice, yeah, but
yeah,
they're kind of expensive for
yeah.
my first bike, and it's short travel in front.
Short travel.
That
Do you know how much travel?
I think it's 150 in front.
Okay,
It's not that short, but this one it's 170.
this
And
bike here, the Giant, is 170,
170, yeah. And
and
and it saved me a couple of time. When you start, sometimes you don't hit the rock at the right place, and you just
yeah,
bottom out. It's
yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
going fast,
And
So
so the wheel size,
29 inches wheel.
woo, big boy! It's a big boy bike.
Yeah, I like it really much.
Nice.
The To climb like 29 inches, or it's going fast, and it's super easy to climb.
I've seen you
So it's fun.
climb, and I know you don't need any help. You're like a speed.
I
Uh,
try to keep in shape. I try to run a lot too
oh
to
yeah,
keep my legs in shape. Yeah.
I went for a 5 kilometer run today.
In the rain?
No, it didn't. It stopped raining for like a couple hours,
Okay,
so I
okay.
went. That's the funny thing though. Like here, you got to strike when you can. So it's very hard for me to have a schedule, exercise schedule. You
Hmm.
know, like I remember last weekend, I woke up, I saw it looked sunny out. I got really excited. I started stretching. I put my clothes on. I went outside, and it started like just in for 4 days. So
Oh my god.
what do you
Yeah.
do in those days? Like I'm doing yoga, push-ups, sit-ups, indoor
Hmm.
thing. Yeah. So
That,
here's the
that's
front shot of your bike. Do you have a water bottle holder? No. Okay.
that's not my bike actually. It's the picture from the internet that
That's
I
okay.
sent you, because I just want to show you the component a little bit.
Okay.
That's my bike on the bike rack I bought at the end of summer.
And that bike rack will go on your car?
Yeah, on top of my car.
What kind of car do you have?
It's a Honda CRV, so
Oh,
a
nice.
small SUV.
Classic, classic, classic car.
Yeah.
All right. And there's your drive chain, pedals, coil.
Yeah, it's Fox suspension in the front and in the back.
Okay.
Um, the crank, I don't know what it is actually.
We're trying to read it, but it's upside down, or I'm upside down, one of the two. Super cool. Okay, stop sharing. And we're
Yeah,
back.
right.
Nice, eh? That's pretty cool, man. I'm really excited we were able to look at your photos, and we live 5,000 kilometers apart. It's pretty
It's
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it
pretty
is.
crazy. So we're gonna switch away from the photos for a second. I'll ask you some more like serious questions. So in the whole part of your vacation, like what would you consider to be the best experience?
For sure, it was Squamish. I
Okay.
was really impressed of the city, and I don't know why. I think there's something magical there, like just to be surrounded by the big mountains. You can like
Mm.
everything was free there. I was like, it was amazing. You can like climb for free,
Mhm.
bike for free, do some like hiking, really nice hiking for free. Like you can sleep whenever you want, wherever you want in a tent.
The
So
average person might find the Chief very difficult.
oh, it was
How did you
difficult though.
find it? You found it difficult?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. Like the steps at the beginning, there's a lot of them. Yeah, yeah.
It's so
It,
big.
it it's not a long hike, so we were like, yeah, it's gonna be easy, but it's so steep. Like the whole
Yeah.
way is super steep,
Stairmaster.
and Yeah, and at the top it was raining a little bit, so it was only rock slab at the top, super slippery.
Yeah.
They put
It's really
some
nice. They put the chains and ladders up there though, right?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it helped us for sure because I was in the Nike like running shoes and it
Oh
was
yeah.
so
Terrible.
slippery. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you know Squamish their nickname?
No, what it is?
Squampton.
Squampton?
Squampton.
Why
Now,
that?
the reason is, well, you know, like Compton. You heard of Compton in
Okay, yeah.
LA with the gangs, and like Compton is like a rundown, horrible place. And they say that Squamish, they call it
Oh
Squampton,
yeah.
is because it's really like it's in a beautiful place, but it's an ugly town. You know, like it's a
Mhm.
what do they do in Squamish? The main industry is fishing and cutting the trees down, right?
Oh my
So
god.
it's a
Yeah.
logging town. So it really is a rough town. But it is like the best place in the world, really. Because, like you said, it's small, it's cheap, most of it's free. And I mean, you went surfing and mountain biking, like in the
Exactly.
same little geographical area, right?
Hmm.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's super amazing, and
Yeah.
I will go back there for sure.
Oh, I wondered. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if that was the best part of the trip, what was the worst or the hardest part of the trip?
Um, I would say the rain in Tofino.
The rain in
Uh,
Tofino.
yeah, because we had like 4 days of nonstop rain, like 150 millimeters of rain in 3 days
Right.
in camping. So you know, I don't mind like to have one day of rain when
Yeah.
you can, but like 3 to 4 days it was too intense. And like we went to surf every morning, we were putting the wetsuit like super wet and cold, like it was a big commitment to go in the water.
Yeah.
It was like once you were in the water it was okay, but like the whole experience of camping in the rain,
Hmm.
I think that was the worst part.
Okay. And then everyone over here treat you fine? Like
Yeah,
no troubles from the English speaking people?
not at all. No, everybody
Awesome.
were really kind.
Awesome.
We met a lot of nice people too, so yeah.
Yeah. And then I think I mentioned this briefly when we talked last time about the people that go missing in Squamish
Yeah.
and who sleep in vans by the sides of the rivers and they're never found again. So I'm
Yeah,
glad you made it.
I'm glad too because I didn't knew that before I went there. So you told me that last time, and
Well, I
uh,
make it sound like it happens all the time, but maybe like you hear about it once a year. Enough that you hear about it. It's like yeah, it's a strange thing. I think that it's kind of the place where you can disappear. It's so remote, you know? It's like you can just disappear. Yeah.
just being eaten by a bear or something like that.
Yeah, a bear. All right. So we talked a lot about like British Columbia and Squamish. My brother is always on my case about going to mountain biking Mount Saint Anne.
Yeah,
Have you been there?
I never been there. No, not around Quebec City.
No?
Mostly more around Montreal.
Right?
But they have really nice spot in Quebec too. As I said, I just bought a bike, so I'm gonna go next summer. I'm gonna go all around in Quebec,
Right. So
and
if we come to Quebec, you'll show us what the good mountains are.
for sure, for
Yeah,
sure,
nice.
I can bring you to Bromont. This is my home spot.
How do I spell it?
It's Bromont.
Pearl Mountain.
It's Bromont.
BRO.
Mont.
All right, Vermont. I'm going to look it up on Trail Forks. Are you using Trail Forks?
Yep, I'm using
Okay,
it.
good.
And they have chair as well in the mountains, so the bike park is pretty nice too.
Yeah, I'm still for me, I don't know about the bike park yet. Like I've been to quite a few, and I just always think my best days are not at bike parks because they're so used and run down and rutted out. Like you come around the berm and it's like a washboard, you know, it's been
That's
so
true.
you get to the bottom, your wrists are all, you know, from the impact of coming through there. Um, I don't know. It's a strange thing for me to say. I've been to many, many bike parks, but I've never been to Whistler Bike Park.
But Whistler was really well maintained though. We like all the berm were perfect. The jump,
Really?
all the speed for every jump, you always have the good speed. You know, you don't really have to wonder about it. Yeah, I had a really good time in the bike park in Whistler for sure.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Well, man, it's been amazing catching up with you. I know like it was September, but because of the lockdown and everything, it feels like a lifetime ago. And that's why like when I started thinking about it in my mind, like when did I meet Vincent? Oh, I met him in July. It was a nice sunny day. That's not the case, but when you don't work a regular job, time it doesn't have the same effect on you, you know? Like
Yeah.
for me, I just can't. All I did this summer was mountain bike and ride my motorcycle. So it's really hard to put those days back together because honestly, they kind of start to blend into one another.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But thanks again, man, for this day in Squamish. I want to say to you again because
No problem, man.
when we met you, we were just completely lost. We tried to find the way on Trail Fork with
I could
Tristan,
tell you
and
guys were lost. I could tell you were lost.
oh man, we were
Yeah,
so lost, and you just guiding us all day long, and it was
yeah.
like a really nice experience. So thank you very much again.
No problem, man. You know what? Riding up a 4 kilometer access road by yourself over and over again gets kind of boring, and it's really amazing to have good people with you, and it makes the day so much more fun and to share. And we've made friends now, and we're a great connection. And I really,
Yeah,
really hope that one day I can come to Quebec and ride with you.
yeah, I hope too, and
All
maybe I
right.
will come back to Squamish too. I will hit you up for sure if
No
I come back.
problem, man. No problem. Well, it's really great catching up with you, dude.
With you too.
No problem. All right. Have a great day, okay?
You too.
Okay. Bye, man.
Okay, bye.